Welcome to Wolf Weather. It's Monday, November 13th. I'm Tom, and I'll be guiding you through the graphics. We're going to be looking at weather around the U.S., look at tomorrow's forecast and a few days out, and we'll also be looking at the tropics. There's one little area that we need to look at. It's not going to affect the U.S., but we'll show it anyway. Here's our current surface map. And there is a front that's coming through Tennessee. It's making its way basically is making its way past East Tennessee right now. That's a little bit of an older map. They are getting some rain in North Carolina right now. We had a little bit here in Tennessee. You can also see there's that area of weather coming in to the northwest into Washington State and Oregon. So that's something we'll have to be watching because that could affect us over here eventually. And this is for Monday, and the only significant weather is going to be up in the northwest and in South Florida. They're expecting some rain, but the rest of the nation, pretty much there's no severe weather threat anywhere. And this is for Tuesday. And again, very little going on. Still rain in Florida and in the northwest and into Idaho. They're starting to get some rain and some snow up in that area. Actually, it'll probably be rain. That area that's coming in is actually sort of warm. And then the next day, this is Wednesdays, and you can see that there's going to be an area of weather that's being the, I guess you would call it the plain states. That would be Indiana and Illinois and that area. And Florida is still going to be getting its rain. Now this is for Monday morning, today, Monday morning. And this is the frost and freeze line. And you can see that most of it is pretty much in the northern part of the country. But that's going to be changing in the next day or so. As this cold front has went through, some air is going to be able to go further down. Now looking at this is the water vapor. You can see that area that I circled. That's the red and the oranges. That's very dry air. Very dry air does not hold heat very good, so that area is going to be much cooler tomorrow, and that area is actually going to be moving sort of south a little bit and starting to move east, while some of that other weather is going to be sliding east over the next couple days. Next graphic up is actually going to show, you can see the blue where that dry weather, that dry air was. This is the temperature departure. It's going to be much cooler in those areas. And also in the west, it's going to be much warmer in the western part of the U.S. And this is through Wednesday. So going to have a dividing line there. And this is our this is Monday again, and take a good look at Monday. This is the frost and freeze, and let me bring up Tuesdays as that air slides south, and you can see that the frost and freeze line over here in the eastern U.S. Goes further south, and that's because of that drier air that's pushing down. And also there is some high pressure there. Now this is for Friday, the end of the week, and this model is showing there's going to be a gale starting up, some high winds, especially Cincinnati, Chicago, that area. Doesn't look like it's going to be making it down in here into Tennessee, at least not eastern Tennessee at this time. And this is the same storm. This is Friday. You can see those those lines, the yellow lines, those are isobars, and when they get very close to each other, that's a indication of high winds. So even though they're pretty close over here in East Tennessee and they're a little closer in West Tennessee, we're not going to be getting the same winds that they are up in, say, Chicago. It looks like Maine is going to get some very strong winds up in that area. Now here is Monday's forecast for a few cities. Knoxville, high is going to be 53, low 32. Rain chance is about 10%. We have 30% chance overnight. Johnson City, 52-32 with a 20% chance of rain. Jackson, Tennessee, that's the west part of Tennessee, 56-35, and they'll be sunny. Mars Hill, which is near Asheville, 54-33, and they've got a 30% chance of rain. Tampa, Florida, 83-64, they're going to be partly cloudy. And Miami down there is 82-62, and they got a 60% chance of rain. And here is our tropics. The area in red is just something we're watching, but it's probably not going to develop anything. The other one is the one near the Azores, and it's moving northeast away from us, but it could give some trouble to the Azores and eventually maybe Ireland. Well, thank you for tuning in, and we'll be checking with this weather system that's coming in on the west coast and developing over in the plain states, and see what it's going to be doing toward the end of the week. So have a great Monday, and we'll be talking to you soon.